Pastor Dimas Salaberios, Fox News contributor Deneen Borelli, and radio talk show host David Webb. Thank you all for joining me this morning. Pastor, I'm going to start with you on the end of the table there. What do you say about the president's assertion that race relations have improved?
I mean, me and my friends have been praying all night, first of all, about the victim and that something like this could happen. I mean, the fact that I'm sitting in this seat, African American and Latino and young, does show, that race relations are getting better. It's being talked about. But, this situation that's happened in Chicago, all throughout the year, 4,000 people shot. I've been there down on Father's Day, and while I was there, I met with a young boy who was paralyzed, ministering to his family. So I'm just hoping that people would look at this. This is far bigger to me than just a race issue. It's a national crisis, what's going on in Chicago.
And Deneen, is this things have improved generally in race relations, or can Barack Obama take credit for that?
Yeah, listen, only on planet Obama is Obamacare a success. He could have beat Donald Trump, and that race relations are just swell. Over 70% of Americans believe race relations have gotten worse in our country. And the bottom line here is the propaganda that is coming from the left, from President Obama on down. And this propaganda is now turned into a dangerous element. Look at what is going on in inner cities, especially what just happened in Chicago. The propaganda, pitting our citizens against the police department. These are the messages that are really permeating in these communities, and now they are acting out on it.
Sure, you mentioned Chicago. We're going to put the murder rates or the number of murders in Chicago up on the screen, and it's absolutely staggering. And it's something that the president-elect has talked a lot about. What do you make of those numbers and what they tell you about race relations?
Well, the numbers tell us that there's a failure in leadership at the top, police department, superintendent. But I do want to go to what Obama did, and he did very cleverly. He's done it before. He's trying to turn what happened in Chicago, which is a kidnapping by 3 18-year-olds and a 24-year-old of a white man based on the Black Lives Matter movement and race narrative, into a race relations debate, which can never be proven on either side. The fact is, this is about an incident in which race narrative, not necessarily race relation, plays a very, very important role. He has brought in DeRay McKeeson and others, the mothers of the movement, the Democrat Party writ large. DeRay McKeeson tweets out and then deletes. I don't see anything wrong with the Chicago video. So the president tries to mix it in, and we can't fall into the wrong argument. We have an incident spurred on by a race narrative that has been enabled by this administration, and now we have a man being kidnapped by 4 adults.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what it is. Pastor, the race narrative, how do you de-escalate that? How does President-elect Trump turn that corner, improve race relations and the lives of folks in Chicago and elsewhere?
I mean, what was exciting about what Trump said is he said, look at what's going on in Chicago in connection with the Dwayne Wade family member being shot and killed. So I think, he has a great opportunity to go there. I mean, he has the clergy that's standing with him, for the most part. And, I think more and more, I pray more and more clergy launch in there. We'll get there on the ground. There's a great group there called Pray Chicago that I'm involved with. And, I think with us going there, doing pastoral drive-bys instead of bullet drive-bys can make a huge difference in Chicago.